Welcome back to another exciting Brickmania review, and this one was promised about, I think, maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe just a week, I'm not actually quite sure about that. But this is the motorcycle with sidecar. It's a World War II German Brickmania kit. And so we'll be taking a look at this. You get 2 figures in this, a bunch of printed elements, and a really cool German piece of equipment here that was used during World War II. Dave, what is the history of this? Are you excited about getting this Brickmania kit and doing what we do with those kits?
You seem more excited than usual about this kit. Could it be that you yourself personally have motorcycle fever?
Well, that might play a slight role. If you've been watching the Thursday night live stream, shout out to them. Especially you Canadian Bricks for always being
lost
there.
Your mind.
But I have talked about wanting to get a motorcycle, and right now I'm kind of collecting all the gear that I need to do it, and I'm signed up for a class and all kinds of stuff. So the motorcycle will be purchased very soon, as much as I get enough cash build up. If you want to help us in that endeavor, maybe buy from Brickafit.com. But anyway, that's a little bit of a side note. But if you've been watching the Thursday night live streams, I have my motorcycle fever, and it's specifically electric motorcycle fever. And so yeah, go check out the Thursday night live streams to hear more about that.
You like going 0 to 60 in what, 2.5 seconds?
No, 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Not 10 seconds.
Just because the vehicle can do something doesn't mean you should do it, kids. Okay. But I will beat you, just so you know. More than likely. But anyway, so yeah, the motorcycle with sidecar, a really, really interesting, cool concept and all that. So Dave, what is the history? How did this get started?
Young Joshua, few people have loved the motorcycle more than the German army.
This is true.
They embraced the motorcycle.
They brought it to the family.
And were the biggest users of motorcycles in World War II.
They knew a thing or two.
Yes, they used it in every theater of the war. They used it for patrolling, for scouting, for sending messages, and when you armed the sidecar with a machine gun, you had a vehicle capable of mowing down the enemy. So yes. It was light, it was nimble, it got the job done, it could go anywhere and everywhere. But anyway, the story of this particular motorcycle, which actually is based on a BMW R75, begins in 1938 when the German Army asked BMW to build some motorcycles for the Army. And BMW rolled up their sleeves and came up with quite a revolutionary design. They really kicked things up a notch with the way it was constructed. I won't get into the innovative things or changes that BMW put into the motorcycle, but it made it highly maneuverable and nimble, as I said before, and quick, and have the ability to basically traverse any kind of ground. It was in production from 1941 to 1946. There were approximately 16,500 to 18,000 produced. It was the engine was 26 horsepower, and it could the top speed was about 60 miles an hour.
That's pretty fast for
so
World War II
effective
vehicles.
Was the BMW R75 that the American Army went to Harley Davidson and said, "Hey, Harley, come up with something."
Yeah.
So Harley Davidson did. Basically, they copied the BMW R75. They called it the Harley Davidson XA, and it was pretty much almost identical. Except the Harley Davidson version didn't have a sidecar. So I'd feel a whole lot better if you were driving one of these babies around. Top speed is 60 miles an hour. You'd have some stability with the sidecar, and you could take me on errands.
We could maybe mod out my motorcycle to have a sidecar. Let me know if I should do that. But
anyway, this was a exclusive pre-order, limited edition. The first batch is mailed out on June 28th, I believe, and we were lucky to get one just a few weeks ago. And
yes,
I have to say, this is, we may or may not have mentioned, an Andreas Egan design.
ASAP Animations.
It was really quite intricate and really fun to see how everything went together. It's
one of the most sturdy motorcycles I've actually experienced. It did break a couple times while rebuilding, but that's pretty normal when you're considering a motorcycle in Lego, and it's honestly one of the most sturdy ones I've ever put together.
And one of the best looking ones I've ever seen. This thing just screams.
It's sharp.
Yeah, it's sharp.
It's very sharp.
It's tight. $100 when it
a little high,
out.
but you do get too many figs.
There's 75 Lego, Brickmania, and Brick Arms pieces.
Yep.
Too many figures. You get a machine gun, and there's,
perfect caliber,
as you mentioned, a handful of printed parts, which
Yes.
really kicks things up
Yes.
into high gear.
The printed parts are always a very nice touch.
Better than decals.
Yes, way
Day
better.
of the
Way
week.
better.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll take you through the actual set itself. You do, of course, get your standard box with sleeve and everything, and then you get some instructions as well. I'm glad Brickmania is still doing instructions. You know, there's been rumors that Lego is going to stop doing the printed instructions, and when that day happens, I will be very sad. But they're still doing that, which is great to see. But anyway, the front wheel doesn't really roll as good as the back two. The back two roll flawlessly. I don't know if I put it together wrong. I've looked at it a little bit, and I don't think I did. But anyway, there's just a slight little bit of tension with it that like doesn't want it to freewheel. The other two freewheel perfectly. The sidecar, I really like the way they did that. They did a hinge in the back to get that extra wheel on there. They got a little gas can up there, so if you run out of gas, they got you covered back there. A figure can sit pretty comfortably in the sidecar, and that's a really solidly built little kit. Now there's only two connection points from the sidecar to the main motorcycle. The motorcycle has a B&W logo, but instead of the B&W like real logo, which obviously Brickmania couldn't do, they did the Brickmania logo. Put I think BXM on it. No, BKM. My bad. It's very small, but BKM, which is Brickmania's acronym, and then they did the B&W colors. So that's a really cool way to kind of tie in the two logos together and make that. You got a little satchel on the back there, and then there's also another silver printed detail, which I'm not exactly sure what it is. Dave, do you got any guesses on what that is? Think looking hard.
I'm not sure. Is it? I don't know.
The minifigures are really nice. I love the printed goggles they have on their faces. That's a really nice touch. And then I don't know who did the minifig designs, but whoever did a great, fantastic job. And I love them a lot. I love that gray kind of color that they got, and then all the texture printing that they have. Sidearm printing as well. So yeah, really nice on the minifigs. Now $100 does seem a little bit pricey for this, but you do get two minifigs, you get all the printed stuff with it. So, you know, is it in the ballpark? Yes. Is it a little bit outside of the ballpark? Potentially, but you know, it's a fun little kit, nice kit, pretty solid again for a motorcycle. You can, you know, play with this.
It's the greatest motorcycle
Yes.
kit I've ever seen,
Yes.
bar none.
I agree with that. I mean, would you be throwing this off a two-story building? Probably not the best idea, but no, just for standard play, I think it's good. And so yeah, Dave, do you got any other thoughts?
It's rare I have any thoughts. Other thoughts it might be. Yeah, I think you need to leave the motorcycle drive into the Wehrmacht, and you stay off of it.
That won't be happy.
That's my thoughts.
That won't be happy. I only crashed once on a bicycle. I just started learning how to ride a bicycle. If you want to go watch 2 shorts of that unfolding, maybe you could go over to the Joshua Journal channel and see that. But alas, here we are, motorcycle. Yeah, I'm gonna probably get my friend to design a motorcycle, my motorcycle, once I get it. So be looking forward to that little mock video or short or whatever we do with that. You excited about having that motorcycle? Maybe we can make a big scale version as well. I'll just have a whole room dedicated to it. So as we're wrapping this up, if you want to go support me directly, we just released some posters on the Brickafit.com. That's Brickafit.com, link in the description. Pick up some posters, and we also did some value minifigures, so you might want to check that out. Just a little plug there. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, watch the Thursday night live streams, blah, blah, blah. Got so much stuff going on. We'll see you in Chantilly, Virginia. I think this will come out, actually, when will this come out? Yeah, the day of Chantilly, Virginia. So, yeah, if you're watching this the day of, come say hi to us if you're in Virginia. If not, if you're watching this like a couple weeks from now, you know, that opportunity is gone. But we'll see you in Chantilly, Virginia. And besides that, have a great week, and we'll see you hopefully next time.